The worst thing you can do as a creator is make a video that you don't even like this style of content, but you're forced to make that video over and over again because in that video that you made that you don't even like making, that video went viral. You don't want that. Okay, we all heard the advice before. Everybody tells you before you start your YouTube channel, you should definitely find your niche and find out what you're gonna talk about before you even start posting any videos. Before you even start recording any videos, you should find your niche. But if I'm being honest, the same old advice that is supposed to help you succeed is honestly the one's gonna hold you back. When I take a look at my channel, when I first got started, I didn't really have a goal in mind or a plan in mind. I just got started. And I really think that's the biggest thing that you can do when you first start a YouTube channel. In my opinion, your first couple of videos, like for me, my first 50 videos were chaotic. It was messy. But in all honesty, that really paved the way for my channel going forward. I truly believe that everybody should have that chaotic, messy period. In this video, I'm gonna tell you why. But before I even get into that, let me tell you the biggest mistake I almost made. And that was trying to put myself in a box too early, listening to traditional advice, trying to really figure out and sit down, what do I actually want to talk about on my YouTube channel? If I were to follow that advice, that would have been arguably the biggest mistake I've ever made. Because when I started first posting my first 20, 30, 50 videos, I didn't have a plan, but I was trying out so many different topics and options that in doing that, in being a little bit messy in the beginning, it helped pave the way to actually what I felt good talking about on YouTube. But when you see every YouTube guru, when you see every how to grow channel, they all say the same thing. Pick your niche. They all say the same thing. You got to be consistent. It's all the same verbiage. And on paper, that makes 100% sense on paper. When you look at companies, they do it. When you look at brands, they do it. When you look at every successful channel, they also do it. And it always seems like every successful YouTube channel has a really detailed and really structured way that they present themselves online. Like it really feels like they got it all figured out. Like they're either the productivity guy, they're either the tech YouTuber, they're either the standalone vlogger. Like they have their niche set in stone. So when you're sitting down watching their videos, you think to yourself that you have to be, or you have to have it all figured out in the beginning because you feel like that's the right way to go. But nobody ever tells you that in doing that, that is also setting you up for failure, because that is a big reason on why channels never get past 20 videos, 30 videos, and that they stop midway. Because they feel like they have to fit into this box and they can only make videos about this certain topic way too soon in their journey. And I almost fell victim to that advice. Like my first 50 videos was all over the place. I thought I knew what I wanted to talk about, but that wasn't the case at all. There's a quote that really resonates with me, and it says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Everybody has a plan. Everybody has this thought on what their YouTube channel is gonna look like. Everybody has a plan on the videos they're gonna be making until they actually make those videos and they learn, they figure out that they don't actually like making videos on this topic. That was me. I was sitting down forcing myself to make videos on topics that I didn't necessarily want to make videos on. And when things didn't come about, like success on the videos, when the views weren't there, I was very, very, very more likely to stop making videos because it felt like I was making videos into the void. So when you really try to focus in on one niche too soon, too early on, and you do it for the wrong reasons, when things aren't going your way, there's gonna be no reason for you to stick through it and make more videos because you don't even like making videos on that topic. You're just trying to reach whatever goal or whatever result you're trying to reach. But on the reverse, if you talk about things you genuinely want to talk about, or if you try to experiment with a lot of different topics and a lot of different ways to make videos and structures, you get to really find out what you like. Because once you find that out, once you find out what do I actually like making videos on, how do I like to record videos, what is my style? Once you find that out, it doesn't matter if you got 1 view, 10 views, 20 views, 30 views, 100 views, 1,000,000 views, you genuinely like making videos like that. The worst thing you can do as a creator is make a video that you don't even like this style of content, but you're forced to make that video over and over again because in that video that you made that you don't even like making, that video went viral. You don't want that. If you make a video that you genuinely do not like and that's the video that pops out for you, you are going to feel inclined to make more videos like that. And in doing that, you're going to feel stuck in your own journey because you're doing things that you don't want to do purely for results like views or money or whatever it is. And eventually, all of that stuff is going to start fading away. And then we're not going to hear from you. And then we're not going to hear from you. So that is the real key and the real trick. We are constantly told that we have to overly optimize our videos in the beginning when we don't even know what we're optimizing for. That's the issue. If you try to optimize your channel too early, you're setting yourself up for failure because you don't even know what you like yet. It's too soon. And you may be the person who knows within 5 videos on what you like. But for most of us, for me, that wasn't the case. It took me 50 plus videos to know what I actually like sitting down and talking about. It took me a lot of videos to figure that out. Some of you, it may take you 10 videos, it may take you 5. And the thing that you like watching may not necessarily be the thing that you like making. Because if I'm being honest, I like to watch a vlog or two. Do I like recording vlogs? I'm not the biggest fan, I'm be honest with you. I'm not the biggest vlog fan, but I'll watch one every now and then. So just because you see somebody else making that type of content does not mean that's the only way you are able to make content. There's multiple different ways you can structure your videos to make content that resonates with you, that feels good to you, that is easy for you to do. For some people, sitting down in front of the camera and talking is extremely hard for them. But if they were to go out, they can get all the vibes and the aesthetics and the B-roll. They can get all of that. For me, I enjoy just sitting down, looking in the camera and talking. I didn't know that in the beginning. So in the beginning, I was making a whole bunch of different videos, a whole bunch of different vlogs, a whole bunch of different commentary videos when it didn't really feel right to me. It felt kind of forced. But when I sit down and talk to the camera, it feels natural. I would not have known that if I didn't try out different styles. Sometimes you got to try each thing and see what you like the most. Because the worst scenario that you can have is a video that you don't even like making blows up, and now you feel forced to do it over and over again. And then you're gonna have this fear of, okay, I wanna pivot, but I'm scared to pivot because if I try to pivot, it might not hit the same, and I don't wanna go through that process. I don't wanna deal with it. That's why I'm saying you really need to take that time to explore yourself, figure out what you like to actually do, what you actually like to talk about, because all that messy, chaotic phase is important for every creator. That's how you find your voice and find your style. You don't want to build a brand of you being consistent, but you're consistently doing things that drains you. You're not having fun making content anymore. It's a drag for you now at this point. And we don't want that. That's why the phase where you explore what you actually like is so important. Like the way you want to think of it is, if you set out aside maybe 30 videos, you want to think of those as phases for you to start discovering yourself and finding yourself. Phase 1 may be that permission phase where you're only making videos that feel good to you and you don't care how well they do or how poorly they do. You're just making videos for the vibes. Like this is where you give yourself permission to try literally anything that interests you. So vlogs, tutorials, story times, reviews, literally anything that interests you, try making a video like that to see how it feels. And phase 2 would be more so pattern recognition. So which videos felt good to you? Which videos did you procrastinate the most on? That's important too, because you know when you're excited to make a video, you make it right away. But for this certain topic or this certain style, it took you a little longer. You was being a little bit more lazy with it. Which ones did you film that you were excited to share? And which ones did you film you was kind of like, I don't really know. I don't really know. During that phase, you figure that out, okay? Phase 3 is more so about that refinement. So the videos that felt good to you, you start doubling down on that because that is gonna be your new style, how you're gonna mold it. That's gonna be the way you create videos. You really show up on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform you choose. This is where your natural niche is gonna start coming organically. It's not gonna feel forced. You're not gonna go based on data that you never even found before. You're gonna go based on data that you actually done. So it's gonna be based on videos that you created. And the videos that you know that you procrastinate on, you don't have to record those videos anymore because you know you don't like it. So when you're watching certain videos like a tutorial maybe, you may love watching tutorials, but you hate to teach. So we know we're not gonna make those type of videos anymore because you don't like it. We don't want to hone in on videos that constantly make you procrastinate on making more videos because that's not productive. We want to double down on what's actually working and what gets you excited. That's the main point. That's what we're trying to find here. And I know what you're probably thinking. Okay, 50 videos, 30 videos, won't that confuse my audience? I know I already knew that was a thought in your head, but the truth is, you don't have an audience, okay? When you first get started, there's nobody watching your videos. So this is not for nobody but yourself. So when you talk about this audience or subscribers, you don't have an audience to confuse just yet because you're just getting started. Or you don't have to have this fear of losing subscribers because you don't have none. If you already have 0, you can't go negative, okay? You can't go negative. And how I like to phrase it is like you're building in public. You're building your brand in public. And whoever's watching it gets to watch your growth over time. as you grow as a creator yourself. And the real sauce is the people that stick around through that phase, where if you being a little bit messy and you being a little bit chaotic in the content that you make, that's gonna be your real audience anyway. So you're not confusing anybody, you're finding yourself. They're not just there for the content that you make. They are there for your personality, because you can't replicate that. You can't copy that. They are there for the ways that you actually think about things, because it's unique to them. Because for the most part, everybody on YouTube talks about the same thing. They just like the way people package certain things, and whoever packages the best way for them, they're gonna watch their videos. But we're all saying the same thing. Doesn't matter what you're talking about on YouTube. You be talking about tech, finance, you be talking about budgeting. There is nothing new under the sun. We all say the same things over and over again. We just put our own spin on it. We put our own personality on it, our own perspective, and it makes it unique to us and our viewers. Plus the algorithm, the algorithm doesn't care about things that we think it cares about, okay? It cares about one thing and one thing only: watch time. Okay? That's what it cares about. That's what fuels it. So when you say things like the algorithm hates you, it doesn't hate you, okay? Your videos are just not getting any watch time. So it's not gonna push it out to more people because nobody's watching it. So that thought doesn't even matter, because we're finding ourselves. We don't care about any algorithm, any audience. We're trying to figure out what resonates with us that makes it easy for us to create more videos. That's what we're trying to figure out. We're about the wrong thing. We must stay focused. We must stay focused. So instead of me rambling on, let me give you 3 actionable things you can actually do today, okay? If you're first getting started on your content journey, step 1, start looking at videos that you like, that you feel like you want to create, and start making your content curiosity list. This is going to be video styles that you want to mimic, that you felt good about the potential of creating. Put that list down. Let's write that list down. And we don't care about things like how will it perform or what's in my niche. We don't care about none of that, okay? That's not the point. What videos make you feel good? What videos would you watch even if you seen how many views it got and it said 0? What would you watch even if nobody else watched? Write that down. Write that list down. Make about 20, 25, 30 videos of that. Have that list down. That's step 1. Step 1 is making that list. About 20 to 25 topics or videos or concepts. Write that down in a notebook, your notes app, whatever. And once you have that list, let's start making those videos, okay? And phase 2 is gonna be more so an energy audit. Which one of those 25 videos that we wrote down did I feel the most energy in creating? Which ones felt good to me in creating? Which ones did I procrastinate? We need to figure that out, because from your list that got you interested, I'm interested, but what gives me actual energy to create more videos like this? If you only have 3, 4, 5 on that list that give you actual energy, we need to focus on that. There is no sense, there is no point in focusing on videos that brings us no energy, that gives us no energy. There's no point. And step 3, or action 3, is to make a commitment to yourself. And the commitment to yourself is you will not judge your success on any videos until you completed 50 videos. Yeah, I said 50, 50. Let me say it one more time, because I know somebody, didn't really hear me. You will not judge the success of your videos until you have created 50 videos. 50. This is going to remove the pressure that kills your creativity. We don't want to kill anything right now. It is not just 50 random videos. It is 50 videos with intention, 50 experiments with intention. That's what we need to do. We need to make that commitment and stick to that. Think about it like this. You're a scientist and you have this hypothesis of what you think you like creating. Now we got to run these experiments to really figure out what you actually like. So it's an experiment. Your first 50 videos aren't about finding your audience. It's about finding yourself. The structure comes later. The niche comes later. First, figure out what you actually love making, because once you know that, it doesn't matter if you get 1 view, 10 views, 50 views, you're going to constantly keep making because it brings you energy. There is no way you can build a channel on content that you hate creating. It just can't happen. You literally hate this type of content. How do you think you're gonna grow? It just doesn't make sense. The math isn't mathing, okay? So write your list down, get those 3 action items done, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.